Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting episode of Wrestling Prime. I am your host, Tom Dog, and this is it, night one of Wrestle Mania. Done, over and done with. Yeah, I'm trying something a little bit different, so I'm not going to be using my other equipment that I'm doing. So sacrifices has to happen. Um, so yeah, that's which I which everything's going to change tomorrow night when I do night two. So things will be changed and things will be a lot better, I guarantee you. Okay. With that being said, let's do the sponsors. Jesus. Uh, let's do the sponsors first. Go to w.gg, use the promo code BRILL at the checkout to save 10% on your purchase. And what is W? It's their energy drink. It's an energy drink. Energy supplements, whatever you want to call it. It has zero sugar and no crash and burn. So, you know, they got that they got that with that prime energy drink, that prime drink that they have and everything that Logan Paul does. Nah, if you don't want to drink toilet water, I strongly suggest that you go to w.gg. They got better stuff in there. There's no dyes. There's no gimmicks or anything like that. And hey, it's a hell of a lot better than Prime. Just saying. And you know, if you don't want to drink Logan Paul's hot dog flavored water, I strongly suggest that you go to w.gg right now and get a better brand and save 10% on your purchase by you at the checkout and use the promo code BRILL and you can save 10% at the checkout and you'll be glad you did. And also M&J Video Games and Collectibles got a lot of wrestling stuff that you want to part ways with and everything. They'll take good care of you, whether it's wrestling pops or wrestling cards or wrestling memorabilia or autographed items and everything. They'll take good care of you. And if you happen to be in the Southington, Connecticut area, and you want to check out this wonderful, amazing store, and why am I blotchy? Why am I like I don't know. Oh, I know why. And change the the screen there. Make it a little bit better. But yeah, if you want to, there you go. Okay, that's a lot better. And if you want to, if you happen to be in the Southington, Connecticut area and you want to check out this wonderful, amazing store, check it out today. And and for directions and a list of events that they have going on, check out their website over at mnjvideogames.com. So, yeah, comments are live, and I will be doing the whole comments. Chat is live, so feel free to voice your opinion and everything like that. And I'm having Pepsi Zero, and it's like it tastes so flat right now, but I don't care. I really don't care. Oh boy. So yeah, I'm gonna do some experimenting tomorrow so that I can do a lot better with the equipment that I have. Because Normally I use this, and yeah, maybe on location shots I'll go and use this, but we'll experiment more tomorrow because it sucks not having a. It just sucks the way I have my equipment and everything. So yeah. So all right. So where were we? Okay. So yeah, WrestleMania happened, and night one, I should say. Get my notes here. There we go. Um. So yeah, night one came up and everything, and so yeah. Um. To me, I thought it was a really good show. Really thought, and but I got my review to do, and hope you tune along with me and everything like that. So yeah. So if there's any matches that you're interested in and everything like that, or voice your opinion, like I said, comment. The chat is open, and I'm also going to go through over some of my notes from last week's predictions episode, and apologize how I'm sounding. I just got over um, getting sick from last week's show. Eh, Yeah, last week's show got me sick. No, what happened was, no, I don't know if you noticed that last week I was feeling it, and so yeah, Easter weekend was like, it's this weather. It's this weather. So yeah, I'm a little congested today. Took my medicine, and but don't worry, I'm going to be taking more of my medicine tonight so that I don't, this way I don't fall asleep during this broadcast because, I don't want to tap out or get counted out. So, yeah, my predictions from last night, I mean from last week, um, give or take some, of the See, I'm not drinking any W. So I gotta get some so I can plug more of that stuff. I love that stuff. You'll love it too. Promo code Brill W.GG. Check it out. Um, but yeah. What I was gonna do? Oh yeah. So yeah, some of the predictions um that I made last week, um, minus some ones did not bring up. Um, I will do my best on here to do what I can. So, but like I said, night one was actually really good. I do want to mention the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I'm going to put this on this video. Um, I'm not really going to give it a grade, um, per se. Um, no, I'm not going to give it a grade. Because mainly it wasn't at the WrestleMania event itself. It was on SmackDown the other night. So, yeah. Um, so Bronson Reed wins the 2024 Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So yeah, congratulations to him, by the way, and so well deserved. And so, um, the opening contest for night one was Becky Lynch taking on the champion Rhea Ripley. She was defending her title against Becky Lynch, and So yeah, nothing really to complain about in this match. Um, it was a little, you know, I kind of felt bad for Becky Lynch because she was coming in to a um to a um she had strep throat, and her she was at 102 temperature, so yeah, she wasn't really feeling too good coming into this, but she didn't want to disappoint the fans, and this is her very important match, considering the fact that she earned the right to face Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley. So so yeah, this was a very important match that and she had to do whatever it took. And believe it or not, she held really well considering how she was. And it it was still I still enjoyed it. A lot of fans were impressed with the match. The women got their moves in and everything, and there were some close calls a lot of times with Becky, and there were a couple of times where she almost won. And but yeah, um, it was a clean match. Um, and yeah, um, but but this would have been a good story to tell if Becky did win. Um, Given her condition that she was coming into this match, um, I strongly, hey, I'm actually impressed that it was still a good match either way. And so yeah, Rhea Ripley retains her women's championship, and so yeah, A minus, A minus. Given credit where credit is due, um, it's not a terrible match by any means. It was pretty good, and but you know, just a little miss. So congrats. And by the way, my prediction, I got that match wrong. I got that match wrong. So, up next is the six pack um tag team championship uh ladder match. Um, the it was kind of confusing about how the rules would, but seeing it come into play, it actually did really good. My prediction, if you remember from last week's episode, I only picked one team. It I probably should have picked another team to go with this, so technically my prediction was correct. Um and everything, but the teams were DIY, Awesome Truth, New Catch Republic, Waller in Theory, and New Day and Priest and Balor, the champions. And so the match ends until the match doesn't. The match continues until both tag team belts are until somebody grabs both belts. Um, so in this case, um, Waller in Theory um, did grab the SmackDown Tag Championships, so so all they had to do was grab the other tag belts in order to keep them unified. But with all that was going on, I was really glad that excuse me, that Awesome Truth captured the Raw Tag Championships. So yeah, this like I said, this was a really good match, and didn't have a problem with it. So now that I saw that everything was coming to play, I probably should have picked two given the circumstances, you know, because I totally missed that part. But um, my prediction was Awesome Truth, so I got that right, kinda. Anyways, it's a solid A. It's a solid A. It was a really good match. I actually enjoyed it. Fans did too. Up next, Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio um, takes on Rey Mysterio and a replacement from the other night's SmackDown. It was supposed to be Dragon Lee tagging with Rey Mysterio, but after what happened on Friday Night SmackDown the other night, um, Andrade took his place after everything that went down there. So yeah, it was a really good. It was really good, and I mean everybody. Actually, strangely enough, everybody got involved in some way, and it was really good, especially that one spot where I forgot the guy's name. He was from the LWO. Uh, did this launch and went on the guys and everything like that. So yeah, it was a really good, uh, excuse me, a really good spot. Then a couple of luchadors came out from nowhere and helped out Rey Mysterio, and uh, and yeah, it was really good. It was really good. And because of these masked guys that came out of nowhere, um, Rey Mysterio and Andrade won the match. And I was actually kind of leery. I was actually questioning this match because it would have made sense if Andrade was the one that actually, um, you know, set a trap. That Santos, Dominic, and Andrade um took a like basically so devised a trap for Rey Mysterio and just have him get his ass whipped on his woman. Then the LWO comes out, and then the match would have been, like a dud or something like that. So I'm glad it didn't go that way, but it was actually really good. But um, the two mask guys that helped out Ray and Andrade was Lane Johnson and Jason Kelsey, Travis Kelsey's brother. And yeah, I was that was awesome. And I like Jason Kelsey. He's really cool. And the Kelsey brothers are awesome. I thought it was really awesome. But nonetheless, it made a really big impact on considering that 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 Jason is he's pretty much retired from football now, so he can pretty much do whatever he wants. And who knows, maybe step into a WWE ring. Who knows? And Lane Johnson, he's still an active player, so yeah. But it was really cool seeing Jason Kelsey out there and everything, and Lane Johnson. So yeah, it was really awesome. Uh, Again, this match was a solid A. Very good. Up next is Uso versus Uso. Oh yeah, by the way, this was the Escobar Dominic Mysterio Andrade match was the one match I did not made any predictions because I didn't know what was going on, and it was it was at last minute, so yeah. I didn't get a chance to make my predictions on there, so yeah. Up next is Uso versus Uso. I predicted I predicted that Uso would win. Question is, which Uso? Um, this was an interesting match to look for because it's been a long time for a brother versus brother match at a WrestleMania. Everyone still talks about Owen Hart and Bret Hart um, fighting at WrestleMania 10, and which is quite arguably the best match on that card. So yeah, it was so yeah, everybody talks about that match, and but yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with that match, and but yeah, Jimmy and Jay um actually put on a really good match. I was actually impressed with this match as well, and apologize. I have something stuck in my throat, and I'm trying to get it, and yeah. Expect to hear some coughing and but yeah, it was like I was saying, both Jimmy and Jay, it was like they know each other. They've been tag champions before and everything. So yeah, it was really good to see them. And it's kind of sad that they were fighting because I do like the Usos as a tag team. Hopefully somewhere down the road they can reunite and capture one more tag title because I think that'll be really cool for everybody. And but yeah, um still a very good match though. Um there was one spot where you know Jimmy was like apologizing, I'm sorry, Oos, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And then, just played it out like, tricking him in and everything like that. But then, hey, Jay finished him off and he won the match, and there it is. And it was still a very good match. Loved it. Like I said, nothing bad to talk about. Still a good match. Solid A. Okay, this next match was a six woman tag match. Damage Control taking on Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca. Um, excuse me. This is the one I did bring up on last week's show, and yeah, it had I put this down as a possible match, and but I still predicted I made a prediction on this, and we're gonna go through it. So yeah, this is Jade Cargill's debut WrestleMania match, and she did a very good job. I didn't expect nothing less because you know what? Hey, I've seen her wrestle when she was with AEW, and now she's with the WWE, and I'm looking forward to seeing what where she's gonna go and everything. And I know she's on SmackDown, but I'm really interested in knowing on you know what's going to be next coming into this match. And so yeah, it's going to be very very interesting to see where she goes, and I'm really looking forward to that. Hopefully, somewhere down that road, we get to see Jade Cargill in our championship match against maybe Rhea Ripley. I think that that'll be a really good match to see. So who knows? Who knows? But yeah, but this was a good match. Um it was classic and quick. Um it was it felt like it felt like a you would watch this match on SmackDown, um, which that's how it felt. It was pretty much classic and quick. Pretty much the quickest match on this card actually. Um, uh, Nonetheless, nothing bad, nothing really bad to nothing complain about it, but just fell a little short because it was too quick. And I think you're at WrestleMania, you want to let it go a little bit further. But I'm glad that they kept it short and sweet because you know with all the other matches that they have on this card, I mean, Jesus, I mean, I didn't really complain too much. And it's like we get to see Jade, um, who I do like and everything, and putting up the victory and everything like that. So yeah, this match was really good, and congrats to Jade, Naomi, and Bianca on winning the match. And so far, Bianca, and for anybody keeping score, Bianca Belair has not lost a match at WrestleMania. So yeah, really big deal. And so yeah, I give this match a B plus. Um, it was an average match, and yeah, definitely congrats on that one. Um, this match, this next match, um, Gunther defending his Intercontinental Championship against Sami Zayn. The build for this, uh, I'll, if you're, if you're a fan of the Rocky movies, you could tell the blatant um, Rocky references and everything. A lot of people were saying that it's like Rocky versus Drago. It's like yeah, but they were but with the build for this, it was more of it was Rocky 3, with the references. Then what before the show, before the match, Sammy's in the back with his wife and kid, and you know talking to his wife. He's like, I can't do it. It's kind of, referencing again Rocky 1. Um, so yeah, the Rocky movies were in play here, which okay. And then they had and then they went back to number 3 where um Sami Zayn and what the hell, I had the guy's name, um Chad Gable. He goes and says, when this is over, you owe me. So yeah, I was like, can you be any more? Can it's like the this whole thing leading, like even leading up, like even the build for Sami Zayn to go after them when he fought Chad Gable. It felt like like even then was like Rocky. So they pretty much referenced between the match between Sami Zayn and Chad Gable to Sami Zayn and Gunther. It was such a cliched Rocky tribute. It was a Rocky tribute. I was like, oh, you gotta be crazy. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, I mean, listen, I have nothing against the Rocky movies. I love the Rocky movies. I love every one of them, no matter, you know. even when some of them don't hit their mark, especially Rocky Fire. And but yeah, it was like, can it get any more obvious? But it was nice to see Kevin Owens at the Gorilla um waiting on Sami Zayn and just said beat his ass. And it's like, okay, thank you, um, Kevin, for for changing that up and everything like that, and just felt so modern and everything. So yeah, it was really good. Um, so yeah, it didn't bother me that much, but coming into this match, holy hell, oh my god, this match right here, this was the match to watch, and you did not want to leave your chair or whatever, wherever you were, to get whatever refreshments you had, because this was a match to watch, because this was a classic. This was a really, really classic. And you know, the Intercontinental belt is pretty much the holy grail of championships, in my opinion. A lot of a lot of greats held that title, and Gunther beat Honky Tonk Man's record of being the longest IC champion. So yeah, it was a interesting. It was really cool. I have nothing against Gunther. He's a really good heel. I'm actually, he does make a really good heel. Um, I like that, and that's basically what a heel should be doing. Just saying. And of course, Sami Zayn being the underdog in this match, and the uh, the amount of wilts between the two of them, both lit up like a Christmas tree. And but yeah, this was a classic, and definitely one of the greatest matches. My opinion, the best match of the night. And so yeah, A plus, A plus match, um, in my opinion. Then we get the main event for the evening. Rock and Roman Reigns taking on Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. Um, Stipulation, of course, if the Bloodline win, if Rock and Reigns win, Bloodline rules. If Cody and Seth win, the next night, Cody and Reigns one on one, nobody interfering. And yeah, it was, coming into this match, we knew what we were going to expect in this match, and came to a point where they went to no disqualification, and the ref was going to count, about to count them out, and said, but The Rock was like, and you can hear him, if you're watching on TV, if you're watching on Peacock, saying, it's like, if you call, if you count us out, it's like you're fired. It's like if you ring that bell, you're fired. So yeah, it was gotten really brutal. They took it outside, they took it on the audience, out in the audience there and the stage, and excuse me. And so yeah, this was this was a match, and so yeah, this was pretty sick. And The Rock getting in, getting to the face of Mama Rhodes, and Mama Rhodes said, bullshit. Like you literally, it's like she literally said bullshit on the air, and they didn't censor that out. So yeah, and so yeah, he was talking trash to Cody and everything, and so yeah, um, uh, and but yeah, the belt that actually The Rock was given to last night by Muhammad Ali's wife, because Muhammad Ali was inducted into the Hall of Fame last night, the other night, and so yeah, it that belt looks amazing. That belt looks amazing, and so yeah, kind of I just thought it just took away from the Hall of Fame because it wasn't about the and a lot of people would say that that moment there was more you know you know like made it all out to be like the Rock and everything. But but I know I'm not really gonna complain about it. I thought it was a really cool belt. Looks amazing. I was like, wow. So yeah, he's a bona fide people's champion, and he has the belt to prove it. I don't think he's ever going to put that belt on. That's a good replica belt if they ever make one. Just saying. But yeah, it was. But you know, can't really complain about this match. You know, nothing really. Nobody interfered in this match, so that was good. Um, and they really went to hell and back on this match, and so yeah, there were some close moments and everything. Some announce tables got broken. There, um, Roman Reigns got a bloody nose. So yeah, it was still really good and everything. So, nothing to complain about. This match did its job, and however, Cody Rhodes and um, lost. Cody and Seth lost the match, which means that uh, night two, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, bloodline rules. So anything could happen. So, giving this match an A+, awesome match. Definitely worth watching again. Um, yeah. Um, given what we know now about, and by the way, I got that prediction wrong, by the way. Um, so yeah, as it stands to my prediction for night one, two, uh, minus minus the Santos Mysterio match. Um, I didn't make any predictions on that one. So yeah. Um, that tag match there, I didn't make any predictions. So as it stands right now, as far as predictions go, I got two right. I mean, two wrong. One, two, three, four right. So I would have had five right, but I didn't get that. I didn't get that second one. I didn't predict that one, so that's an incomplete. Um. So yeah. Nonetheless, still. So. Um. given now what we know now on the bloodline rules, I think it's fair that I actually do pick um a prediction up, knowing how we, to really officially make my prediction. Because I made so many possibilities about how this match was going to be on night two, and I didn't really, for me personally, excuse me, I did not make an official prediction until now. So this is the a last minute prediction for night two between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Um, I'm picking Cody Rhodes. I'm picking Cody Rhodes on this one. Um, given even though it's going to be with bloodline rules, something in my mind tells me that there's going to be some surprises. Now, we didn't see any surprises as far as legends go. We didn't see John Cena. We didn't see Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's possible they can show up. They can show up on here. It's possible that they could show up on night two. Because we don't know the arrangements for who is going to show up. So it is possible. A lot of people are speculating that maybe Dustin Runnels is going to come back. I don't think so, considering that he still has he's still under contract with AEW. So um, putting him in there, um, ugh, putting him in, you know, and there's, I mean, it's not really going to happen. So I mean, it would be nice that maybe um, Cody's brother does show up. Um, that would be cool. I would not mind at all. But given how, like I said, with everything going on with him, it's it's hard to tell at this point. So yeah, it's tough to say. So but yeah, John Cena could show up. Um, you know, or or Rock turns. I mean, that's a possibility. Like maybe it could happen that maybe the Rock will turn on the bloodline and say, "Hey, there you go." So it is possible that it could happen, and so yeah, like maybe you know in that classic Star Wars type of thing where um I'm not saying that their the father and everything like that, but you know and everybody knows what happened at the Return of the Jedi, where Luke is, getting his ass handed to by the Emperor, and you know, and Vader's just standing there, just looking and everything. But then he finally turns into a baby face, throws the Emperor off the ledge there, and but which sacrifices himself, and then there you go. But um, but with that being said, I mean, it's possible where the bloodline will just beat the shit out of Cody, and then The Rock is changing his mind. Starts changing his mind and everything like that, and it's possible that he can jump in, um, and save the day and everything like that. So yeah, things can happen and everything like that. So, but nonetheless, whatever the outcome may happen, I am really looking forward to seeing this match because especially now that given the stipulation and everything, night two, um, is what it is. Bloodline rules. That's the card that's going to be happening. And but yeah, this match. But closing out this match and how I rate how I'm grading this match. This match I'm being very generous, and but hey, um, nothing was bad about this match at all. So it's justifiably getting an A plus. This was a really good match, and so yeah. Um, but how does it fare between the other A plus match that I gave? We'll find out in the overall grade when I give a solid A. Match of the night. Um, it was a tough call. Um, so it's only fair um that this match was a tie. That the match of the night is a tie between Sami Zayn and Gunther, and the tag match between the Bloodline and Cody Rhodes and Rollins. So yeah, there's no other way to put it. Worst match of the night was technically none. None of these matches. And yeah, I gave it. I gave. The lowest grade I gave was um, the B plus match with the 6 woman tag match. But you know, and I kind of do that rule where the worst match of the night gets the is the one I give out to the one that with the lowest grade match, and that was a B plus match, and yeah, that was a low grade match. It wasn't terrible. It was not, it wasn't terrible. It was just the only nitpick that I had with it was that it was too too short. It could have been like maybe like a couple of minutes longer, and I think that match would have been a lot better. But I wasn't disappointed. But in any way, I was not disappointed in this match. So yeah, it just put over Jade Cargill on our first WrestleMania. And so yeah, what a great WrestleMania to start it. The 40th anniversary of uh, of WrestleMania. So yeah, this was a match. And so yeah, was it the worst match? No, not even. Um, WrestleMania moment for night one. Sami Zayn becomes IC champion. Um, that that's a moment right there. That was a moment right there. Um, yeah, you could throw in the double pedigree um in in the main event, but it as cool as it wasn't as dramatic as seeing Sami Zayn do the impossible. Um, we can even throw in um Awesome Truth. Finally, R-Truth finally winning a title that's not 24/7 rules. Um, and especially winning. winning a match at WrestleMania. I think it was long overdue for him to actually get a tag team title, and I'm glad he got it with The Miz. Um, so yeah, I'm really glad for that. With that being said, but still, um, Sami Zayn becoming the IC champion, that it got a lot of people watching. That was the better match. Nothing against R-Truth. I love R-Truth. It's just that um, the drama was Sami Zayn and how how he worked so hard to finally do the impossible um by knocking the IC champion reign away from Gunther. And so yeah, um it is what it is, you know what I mean? So okay. Um so yeah. But yeah, overall night one was actually really good. So yeah. Um so I guess that's pretty much all the time I have for today. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Um, it took me, I do apologize. I was, like I said, I was trying to get my my stuff set up and everything like that. And I was trying to find some stuff, but yeah, I'm going to look back on this tape and make, the show and make sure everything's coming out right. And then if not, I'll change something as we go along. But nonetheless, this was really cool. So yeah, night two's coming up, and we're going to be doing this again the next night. Um, so thank you all so much for tuning in. Um, any comments though? Feel free to chime in and everything like that before I call it a night here. I'll give a couple more minutes, but yeah. Yeah. What did you thought of WrestleMania? Did you see it? Did you? Did you? Huh? One thing I will note, I will talk about too, that it was cold. They kept talking about the weather, so yeah, this was the coldest WrestleMania on record. So hope everything warms up on night two. So yeah. Um, with that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. It's getting late, so that's probably the reason why that nobody's hardly watching. That's okay. We still love you. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. We are going to do this again tomorrow night. Um, if you missed any of, be sure to follow me on Twitter at TomDog247. If you missed any of tonight's episode, you can check it out as soon as I turn off the camera. Give the video a thumbs up and comment down below what was your favorite match of coming into night one. Let us know in the comment section down below. Love to hear what you have to say. And what are your predictions on night two, knowing that we between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns bloodline rules. What is your thoughts about that? Like to know what you have to say in the comment section down below. Ring the bell to stay notified of what we're going to be doing next. And if you want to have a WrestleMania moment yourself, and be sure to support small streamers, and you can have a WrestleMania moment by doing the most important thing that you could do for small streamers like myself, and that is laying the smackdown on that subscribe button. We will be back here tomorrow night with night two of WrestleMania and 40 WrestleMania 40, and we will see you then. Until then, this is Tom Dog saying take care, so long, peace. Have a good night, everybody.